Today, I want to tell you why I feel buy low, sell high is BS. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tela Holcomb. I'm your trading and investment coach, and I teach burnt out employees how to trade their 9-to-5 in the stock market. As a new trader or investor, you will hear that the best way to make it and to make money and to really crush it in the stock market is to simply buy low and sell high, right? Essentially, that is how it works. However, I feel like it's total BS, not total BS, but I feel like it's half the story, right? So if you're new to the stock market, you get out there thinking, oh, all I have to do is buy low, sell high. How hard can this be, right? Well, it is a little more to it than that. Buy low, sell high is just one of those stock market cliches that you will hear, and it is essentially how to make money. But the problem you will see when you get out there and you think, okay, I'm just going to buy this stock because it's low. You buy and then it goes lower. So you're buying at what you think is low, but then it continues to go lower. Am I right? Now, when you buy low and it continues to go lower, you then end up just selling. You're like, okay, this isn't working. I don't want to lose money. I don't want to lose even more money. So then you sell. And what happens when you sell? You sell and then the stock starts going up. It goes the way you wanted it to go in the first place, right? Well, the problem there is you're going to sell and you're selling at the wrong time. You're not completely educated. You don't have the full picture. And that's why I say I feel like it's kind of BS, or it's kind of half the story. Buy low, sell high. So, or this might be you as well. You'll sell at what you feel is high. You're like, okay, it went up. I have a little profit. I'm going to sell high. I'm going to sell here because it's high. But then it keeps going past where you sold. And you're like, oh my gosh, I should have stayed in. Look at how much more money I could have made. But that's because you were thinking buy low, sell high. You were thinking like that's just gonna be it. That's what you had your brain fixed on. It didn't work when you bought low, and it didn't work when you sold high. Well, like I said, it's because you only have part of the equation, part of the picture. And I feel like you should be doing this instead. Instead of buy low, sell high, the saying should be like a multiple part saying. Like it's going to be longer now that I put my hands on it. But it should be buy when it's low and rising, sell high and let it keep going. Not really a short, quick, and very cool phrase, but that's what you should be doing. You should be buying low buy when it's low and rising, and sell high, let it keep going. Okay? And let me start with the end part, because people were like, why would I sell high and let it keep going? We cannot predict the market. Did you hear that? We cannot predict the market. Okay? No guru out there, no one can predict the market. If they're telling you that they can, run the other way. Trust me. We can't predict the market. What I do and what I teach my students is going for those chunks in the middle, which is essentially buy low, sell high, but there's more to it, okay? Like I said, we buy when it's low and rising. So we let it fall, we let it, get low, and we wait until it's headed back up. But wait, I'm missing it. I'm missing the money, right? No, you're not missing. You're missing the doubt. You're missing the uncertainty there. That's what you're going to miss, all right? If you buy low, but you haven't determined that it's going back up, like you don't know when it's going to stop falling, okay? So that's where I feel like buy low, that part of it is essentially wrong, or can get you into a position where you're losing a lot of money because you don't know where low is, right? So you will buy where you think is low, and it's going to keep going lower, right? And then you're like, okay, I'm out. It's not going up because this buy low, sell high crap is what they told me, and it's not going high yet. So you sell. And then the stock starts going higher. And you're like, what the, That's because you don't have the big picture and you don't have the full story. Okay? So buy when it's low and rising. Sell when you've made a profit or it's high, and then let it keep going. You want the stock to keep going in your direction after you've sold. Now, let me insert a little, kind of a disclaimer here. This is if you're doing trading or short-term investing, this is what you want to do. If it's long-term investing, you're going to want to buy it. You still want to do that first part. Buy when it's low and rising, but let your investment sit, okay? So if you're one of those long-term investors, this second part does not apply to you, okay? But you do want to buy when it's low and rising, but you want to let it sit there for years to come, okay? That's for the long-term investors. For the short investors or the traders, we are going to buy when it's low and rising and sell high and let it keep going, okay? So when you're selling, why do you want to let it keep going? That goes back to the fact that we cannot predict the market. We don't know when it's going to stop going up. So what are we going to do? We just go for that chunk in the middle. We see that it was low and started rising, so we buy. Then you let it keep going. Say maybe you just want to make $1 profit, a $2 profit, whatever the case may be. You set your sights on that. Like that is your goal. That's what you stick to. It goes up that $1 or $2, you sell. And it should keep going past that. That means that is your indication that you got your chunk out of the middle and you kept going. That is how you keep most of your money intact. That is how you keep your investment account or your trading account safe, and you protect yourself from big losses, okay? By getting that chunk in the middle and keep going, let the stock keep going, and you move on to the next stock, and guess what? You do another chunk in the middle, and then you move on to the next stock and you get another chunk in the middle, and you just keep going. But if you buy and you keep wanting to let it go as high as it possibly can, you're going to end up losing every time, because we never know when the highest point is, and we never know when the lowest point is. So again, you want to buy when it's low and rising, and you want to sell when it's high. Like when you want to identify a point at which you're going to sell. I'm going to make 50 cents and sell. I'm going to make $1 and sell. Now this is per share. Don't sell if you've made only 50 cents. I meant per share. Are you going to sell when you've made $1 per share or $2 per share, and then get out, sell it, and then let that stock keep going and doing its thing? If it keeps going up after you've sold it, then you did the right thing. That means you've made some money. Don't dwell on the fact that that stock is still going up. The reason I say that is because you need to celebrate the profit that you just made. You need to celebrate that win. But if you're too busy dwelling on the fact that the stock is still going up and I could have made another $1 per share, I could have made, $1,000 instead of $800. No, you're pinching pennies. You're then going to start chasing that. They're going to start staying in, and then that buy low, sell high is messing you all up. Okay, so you don't want to do that. Are you going to have the urge to do that? Absolutely. I still have the urge to do that, and I've been at this 8 years. I still have the urge to want to stay in and make even more money. Trust me, it is a human thing. You're going to want to stay in. You're going to want to do things that you probably shouldn't. But by working on that mindset and seeing, is it that you get scared or do you get greedy, and working on that, figuring out what works and keeps you in line with the buy when it's low and rising, sell when it's high, then you will be able to have a trading plan that keeps you in line and keeps your trading in line, so that you are making more profits than you are losses. Okay, because I get I get to the point where I want to keep making money, or I know I just made money and I'm like, I'm made for this, I'm a genius, I should do some more. And that's when that's I identified that is when I need to step away from my computer. I just step away. I shut everything down and I go do something for myself, with myself, or with my family, and enjoy the win that I just had. Otherwise, I'm gonna mess up bad. Okay, so that is why I feel that buy low, sell high is BS. And what it should really be is buy when it's low and rising, sell after you've identified, or sell at your identified profit point, and let that sucker keep going. Okay, if you are looking to get started with learning how to trade and invest, I have a free course that will help you do just that. It will teach you some of my highlights, my pointers, some great things that you probably won't learn in other trading and investing courses. It will also bring you into my community here on Facebook. And if you are wanting to learn how to understand stock charts, because that is one key to learning when do I buy low, when do I sell high, right? You're going to want to be able to figure that out. So my tool for doing that are my stock charts. If you don't know how to read stock charts and you want to learn how, I have 2 YouTube videos that I have linked here in the description. I promise you, it's in plain English. You won't fall asleep. And it's pretty cool. All right. So check out those videos if you are wanting to learn how to either read stock charts, understand what candlesticks are, all that jazz. And those are by doing that, you're going to be one step closer to knowing when to buy when it's low and rising, and sell at a profit point. Okay. You're going to be able to use those charts to identify when low is and when high is. Okay. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up and give me a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. All right. I will see you guys next week on the next show. See ya.